Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Yellow Jackets will put turtle leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
CF offense will take over 1st and
10. The offense set for a first down play. The option. He'll pitch it. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's plays like that that help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you get that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Takes the handoff. It's Harvey.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Got enough for the first down. Got room at the 35. Smashes through. And he'll sprint in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Line gets set. First down. Motion from the offense. The give to the lone running back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Kane. Escapes the pressure going right. Nowhere close on that one as he's got 12
off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
They want to run it left here. Got the first down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Yellow Jackets want to move quickly. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Haynes. At the 45 on his way. Dances away again. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with his first down. And the Yellow Jackets are rolling down the field. The hand to the running back. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
You gotta be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Now on second and goal. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Third and goal coming up here. Off-play action. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. It's good. They'll kick it away after putting up the field goal on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets to return on the ground. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Boone. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
And when you talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down.
Will they keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down? On the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. At the 40, there he goes. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, UCF 7, Georgia Tech 3.
They'll break the seal on this quarter here on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. They've got the screen set up. Just ran over it. Runs over another one. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jumpers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus-pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
They'll run the option. The pitch. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense. The Knights are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Scrambling away. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And the defense needed to have one back. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
Offenses will continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They have converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. Off the play fake. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Good, disciplined defense on that play. It's 3rd and long, right? You're not going to fight on the play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation, and they use their speed to get to the QB.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. It's good.
That makes the score UCF 10, Georgia Tech 3.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
Set to kick off.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Always good to gets points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this game.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Pocket stop for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking for space. It's Haynes. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And I love that this offense stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, and they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they wanted it. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he makes the extra point. All tied up, just enough set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Guys, that last dribble, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
And I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, you just got to be more physical in the attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
The play action fake. The throw. Grab near the marker. It's Boone. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Paging George D. Burdell. Paging George D. Burdell.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Looking for a man. It's Jefferson. Unloads it left. And the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. It was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big play.
And makes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And that's exactly what you want from your offense. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Now on the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
Those pitches, those laterals, whatever you want to call them, the more times you do those in the game, the more likelihood you have of putting that big skin on the ground. They put it on the ground there, the ball gets out, it happens, it's going to be a part of the game. coaches get you to the sidelines, they're going to tell you about it. And they're not going to tell you about it in good language.
Power football with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes in it.
Going with the ground game left. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down. The Yellow Jackets racing to the line in a hurry up. Leaves it with the running back. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. One drive is already ended with a field goal. They'll try to do it again, this time a rather long one from 46 yards out. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their ribcage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a moment for that one, but that can't come back.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Back to throw. It's Jefferson. Unloads to the wideout. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target. Was able to swat that ball away.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's looking to throw. Passes incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, 3rd and short, I think the offense was probably expecting a blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up 4th.
The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. Oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it with the up man. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. So that's going to do it here in the 1st half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. The Knights will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Fair catch, called for and made. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the 2nd half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And the Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up. Bully ball on 3rd and short. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10.
This trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and work it.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Trying play action. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
He's got to be able to play out so many different levels. He's got to read coverages, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking downfield, it's Kane. On the move to his left. That's it, fly. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key to the program. Like, I got to limit the damage to that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. The expressway is wide open. The 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UCF.
Number 7 in the end zone.
The AT unit on the field. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they certainly finished it in style with a 71-yard touchdown run. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Back to throw, it's Kane. Sends it downfield. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And with that, they've got the lead here bring it back from inside his 5. And stampeding through the defense. Back on the field, ready to go. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run. Showing your physicality. Setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He'll ride his man on the option. Good pick up there. He gets enough for the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. To the air, it's Jefferson. It's complete to the left. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And here we go, down the score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets it out fast. Oh, what a move! They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Knights have this offense rolling. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Nice job. Listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. He'll toss it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Knights. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 7 with the carry.
If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up and out set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer. You've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They'll line up for a second down play. States him still on his feet. Right midfield, he's got room. Lowers those pads. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd. Because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense presses him to the ground. And the Yellow Jackets have moved it inside the 20. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Ready to fire from the pistol.
Green 25.
Handoff to the single running back. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they're diving into the running play. They get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for room. It's Haynes. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Now the pitch. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now they've taken the lead in the final 2 minutes to set the stage for a great finish. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Fair catch called for and made. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
I love when players situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdowns.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just kind of give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Everybody talks about DBs, not physical. That DB begs to differ. Great tackle, coming up, not physical like a linebacker.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get into field goal range. They'll run the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires left. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football 4th down. Great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm.
everyone, this is Desmond Howard, and welcome to Road to Glory. Before we get going, have a look around and customize the mode settings to your liking. Here is where you can also set up custom conferences. Now let's get started by choosing the caliber of recruit you want to be. The higher your star rating, the better your chances of seeing the field early. Plus, you get some extra mental abilities to help boost what you can do on the field. Next, it's time to choose the position you'd like to play. A quarterback, a defender, or now you'll pick what type of player you'd like to be. Keep an eye on the ratings caps as they change with each archetype. Physical abilities are tied to each archetype, and they, like mental abilities, enhance how you play your position. Here, we'll customize your bio info, gear, and appearance. You know what they say, look good, feel good, play good.